let's go to news just in. Mining giant Rio Tinto will pay about $5 billion to strengthen its grip on one of the world's largest copper and gold deposits in Mongolia. Joining me now is our business reporter, Edward Boyd. Ed, Rio Tinto see copper as an important future-facing asset.
Copper is used in a lot of sustainable wind farm projects. They need copper to build those wind turbines, also in electric vehicles. So it's an asset for the future. And this is something that BHP are really trying to secure as much copper as possible as well. So Rio Tinto, they've made an offer to buy a controlling stake in the Oyu Tolgoi mine, which is in the Gobi Desert in Mongolia. So it's in quite a difficult location to get to. And that's been a bit of a problem for Rio Tinto since the mine started operating back in 2011. So it has an open cut mining pit, but also big underground operations. And they've had some big cost blowouts over the last few years and some disagreements with the Mongolian government, which is also a part owner of this mine. But the deal that's been brokered overnight is basically for Rio Tinto to take a 66% controlling stake in this mine, buying out another shareholder from Canada. So they'll have the majority ownership of the mine, and then the Mongolian government will have 34%. And the idea is, reading these press releases, that it should hopefully help this mine get back on track and really pick up its operations. Because at the moment, it is a great asset for Rio Tinto and the Mongolian government, but it's not operating at full capacity yet, and they'd like to really start to ramp that up.
OK, what about the operator of KFC restaurants in Australia warning that inflation's going to get way worse?
Yeah, look, this isn't really what you want to hear from the restaurant owner that operates a bunch of franchises. They have KFC, they've got Sizzler, they've got Taco Bell as well. Look, they had their profit results a couple of weeks ago and they talked about inflation back then, and today's their annual general meeting. And again, the chairman's talked about how inflation, basically price rises at your fast food restaurants, are going to slowly keep creeping up. But they also have a bunch of franchises in Europe as well, and they say price rises are going to be a lot worse over there compared to Australia. But inflation, they're expecting it to peak by the end of this year and start to come down. We did hear from supermarket giants last couple of weeks as well. Coles expect inflation to start coming down at the start of next year, whereas Woolworths have a bit more of a rosy outlook and think inflation will peak before Christmas. But either way, inflation, we know it's still it's unfortunately keeping on going up, Laura. That's the problem.
OK, let's hope they're wrong, Ed. That's what I reckon. Thanks so much. We'll check in soon.